Battle, the Los Angeles Raiders and the Los Angeles Rams. Hello again, everybody. I'm Chick Hearn, and I want to tell you we're going to have 60,000 fans here tonight, and it's going to be quite a football game. If you don't believe me, how about the executive from the Raiders, Al LOCASALE? Al, good to have you with me.
Nice to be with you, Chick. We've had a very good camp. It's been hotter than usual, something we've wanted. We've had a very competitive situation. We've worked against the Dallas Cowboys in Austin, Texas, against the St. Louis Cardinals, or the Phoenix Cardinals, up in Flagstaff, Arizona. We have one game under our belt in San Francisco. We have a chance to be a very good football team, and tonight we have to make progress toward that goal.
Art Shell is starting his 4th year at the helm of the Raiders. He is saying basically the same thing. If we can stay healthy, get the key personnel ready, we will be very, very hard to beat. And, of course, Chuck Knox returns as the head coach of the Rams. It was with the Rams that he got his debut as a coach in the NFL. So it should be a big night. We'll talk more about it in just 1 minute. Rinovich in backup. Will it be that way all year?
Well, that's what training camp is for. Art Shell said that we'd start out with Jay Schrader, and unless something occurs to change that, that's the way we'll go into the season. But key factors are the 4 preseason games and how well they perform.
We'll be back with the kickoff momentarily. Los Angeles Rams preparing to kick it off. Deep, Stephon Adams and Terrence Flagler to receive for the Raiders. They got beat last week at San Francisco, and the Rams won at Seattle.
Our referee tonight, Jerry Markbright, in the end zone, signaling, let's get underway.
Here is Tony Zendejas to kick it, and he can kick it deep. Like that. 5 yards into the end zone, it'll come out to the 20. Beautiful kick. So that's a good start defensively for the Los Angeles Rams. The starting quarterback is going to be Jay Schroeder. He will wear jersey number 10 this year. He's been wearing 13 since he came to LA from the Redskins. At the Redskin camp, he wore number 10. Look at 91, Al.
Jay Schrader's statistics at 91. People talk about the interceptions, but a lot of those bounced off of receivers.
All right, wide left is the wide receiver, Galt. First down pass, complete to Galt at the 20, and he's thrown out of bounds at the 22. Nice flat pass. The defender that brought him down was Darrell Henley of UCLA, a 4-year veteran, right cornerback.
The offensive lineup for the Raiders, Nick Bell and Napoleon McCallum in the backfield, Willie Galt, Irvin Fernandez, and Ethan Horton at the receivers. The front line, Bruce Wilkerson, Steve Wisniewski, Don Mosbar at center, Max Montoya and Steve Wright on the right side.
2nd and 3 after the 7-yard pickup. You're going to have to get used to Jay Schrader wearing that number 10. He likes that number. Man in motion is Horton. And here is the ball caught and out of bounds again after the catch. It's Galt with another one, and he is taken out at the 32-yard line again by Henley. But it's a first down. Nice passing, nice flat zone passing. And Galt having no trouble getting open for the short gainers.
Deep secondary for the Rams, Robert Bailey and Darrell Henley on the corners, Anthony Newman at strong safety, and Pat Terrell at free safety.
Good start for the Raiders as they come out of the huddle with the ball at the 32-yard line, their own end of the field. Opening minutes of play. Here's the handoff this time to Nick Bell. Cuts back, goes for about a 1 or 2 yard gain. Very nice tackle over there by Kevin Green of Auburn, 8-year veteran. He is a tremendous football player. Had 5 solo tackles last week, I should say, up at San Francisco, at Seattle.
Nick Bell, as you see there, 6'2", 250-pound, second-year back who played about half the season last year with the Raiders. Missed 8 games with injuries to ribs.
In the 8 games he played, though, he got 3 touchdowns out. It'll be 2nd down and 9, 1 yard gain on the run by Nick Bell. Wide receivers right and left. Back goes Schroeder again. The pass too high, intended for Ethan Horton of North Carolina.
Ethan Horton.
There's a flag in the play, Al, excuse me. Holding against the Raiders. The referee's talking things over down there. The referee is Jerry
Holding,
McBride.
number 68, offense, 10-yard penalty, second down.
Bruce Wilkerson of Tennessee, a 6-year veteran, 6'5", 305-pounder called. And the coach looks on, and of course, all pro, all everything, Art Shell.
Art Shell particularly disturbed when a left tackle is called for holding, because that was the spot that he played for 15 years with the Raiders.
So it'll be second down and 19. That was a big play in the opening minutes of this game. David Jones is in at tight end now. He had a big game last week. In fact, he was a Plan B free agent. Here's Schroeder passing and incomplete at the sideline. That was intended this time for Marvin Fernandez of San Jose State, a 6'3", 200-pounder. Wide receiver. He had 48 catches last year for an average of 15 yards. That one's incomplete. Al, take a look.
Take a second look. This is by design. Schrader is not forced out there. The design of the pattern takes him to the outside to give him a better view to isolate the defense on that one side of the field.
So the Rams have done a good job now, aided and abetted by that big penalty. It is 3rd and 19. Two tight ends are in, Horton and Jones. Willie Gauld to split left. Here is a flag down. Flags coming out of the sky.
Steve Wright, number 66, the right tackle, broke his stance. Once an offensive lineman is down, puts his hand down, he cannot move until the ball's been snapped.
Steve Wright of Northern Iowa, 6'6", 285
Number
pounds.
66, offense.
So he kills the play. Even if the ball is snapped after that, it's no play.
From their own 18-yard line, the Raiders in deep trouble here in this series of downs. Schroeder again. The big rush is on. He's hit. He fumbles. Free ball. Who's got it at the goal line? The Rams score. Kevin Green comes up with the ball. Schroeder was hit. The ball popped out, went to the goal line, and Schroeder made a great grab. Or Green, I should say. The guy that hit Schroeder was Gerald Robinson to cause the fumble. So the Rams score early. We've only played 2 minutes and 12 seconds. Schrader had the ball jarred loose. Here is Tony Zendejas. It's good. 7-0. The Rams lead it. Back in a moment. Rams lead after 2 minutes and 12 seconds when the ball was jarred loose by a great defensive play. Gerald Robinson, who plays over there at the right end position for the Rams. It was scooped up by Kevin Green for the TA. Touchdown, and Tony Zendejas added the point. This time they're changing the kickers off. The deep men are Terrence Flagler, number 40, and number 45, Stephon Adams.
The kicking off of a 1-inch tee. The league is experimenting with a lower tee to see if we get more kickoff return.
Got an odd bounce of the ball this time. You watch. There it is, the odd bounce. It was a knuckleball off of the kick. And again, they're going to come out to the 20-yard line. So they have not been able to return a kickoff in 2 tries. Here we go now. 1st and 10. Schrader, the quarterback. He completed 2 in a row for first down on the opening possession. Now he's got to get back to work. The handoff this time is given to Nick Bell of Iowa. And Nick gets about a yard, and that's all before Mark Boutte, 6'4", 298 pounds of LSU, drives him into the second base area.
Little pushing and shoving match there with Steve Wisniewski not happy with the play of a defensive lineman from the Rams over him. Steve is a very pugnacious type. Been in the Pro Bowl the last 2 years. Probably the top young offensive guard in the National Football League today. Number 76 Steve Wisniewski.
Don Mosbar over the ball. Fernandez is a wide receiver. Willie Gault on the other side, a wide receiver. Schrader. Lots of time. Good pass, and it's completed at the 30-yard line, and is grabbed in there, this time by Napoleon McCallum of the United States Naval Academy. Paul Butcher of Wayne State, 6 feet, 230 pounds, outside linebacker on the right side. Got him and brought him down at the 31-yard line. First down.
Veteran Raider fullback Steve Smith has not played so far in the preseason. He's had a low back strain, but he's expected to return to the lineup in another week or so.
The Raiders go to 3 wide receivers. Fernandez, number 82, David Jones, and Willie Gault on the left side. See how this works. First and 10 at the 31. Down the middle, a man is wide open. Willie Gault's got it. They're not going to catch him. Touchdown! Superb play by Schrader to Gault. Gault's third reception of the game, but what made it all possible was great line play, pass protection.
Jay had all day there, solid protection. Looked, waited for Willie to get free, and there aren't many people who are going to catch Willie Gault, who was an Olympic-type sprinter.
69 yards for the touchdown. Jeff Jager will try to tie it up. Excuse me. Holding is Gossett. The kick is good. We're tied at 7. We'll be back with more thrills in a moment. Who's deep? Who's deep? Who's deep? Nine-yard pass play. 1 minute and 44 seconds is all it took them. Deep, number 81 Todd Kinchin and number 38 David Lang for the Rams. 2 stunning plays already in the game, and we have played 3 minutes and 56 seconds. I'm Chick Hearn along with Al LOCASALE, and we hope you're enjoying it as much as we are.
Schrader.
Go ahead.
Jager kicking off the grass. There's very little infield, even though this is a multi-purpose stadium.
High kick to the 5-yard line. Taken by Lang. Straight up the middle. He has one man to beat, and he almost got it done. Out to the 42-yard line. What's going on? Jeff Jager made the tackle.
Jeff got in the stop. Jeff's a good athlete. And then number 43, Elvis Patterson, now back in camp, put the final touch on that tackle.
All right, the quarterback will be Jim Everett. 277 completions last year. Ellard is wide one way, Anderson the other. Anderson the top of your screen. The handoff given and stopped for a loss on the play was David Lang as he was brought down by the middle linebacker Ricky Ellison out of SC.
Offensive lineman in the entire National Football League.
Wide to the right is Anderson. The I formation. 2nd and 11. Everett hands it off again, and this time to Lang again, and David is stopped after about a 2-yard gain, no more than that. Ellison from the linebacker position and the safety Ronnie Lott combined for the bring down.
The defensive line for the Raiders, Howie Long, Bob Golick, Frederick Collins, and Andre Bruce across the front. Aaron Wallace, Ricky Ellison, and Tom Benson at the linebacker spots. And in the secondary, Dan Land and Torrin Dorn on the corners. Ronnie Lott at strong safety, and Dave Waymer at free safety, filling in for Eddie Anderson, who's sitting this game out with an injured foot.
Into the ball game, a tight end, Jimmy Price, number 87 for the Rams. He comes in motion. Everett's first pass of the game is completed. Fumbled. See if they call it a completion or not. The ball is still free. I think it's incomplete. All of the pileup, all of the chasing, all of the grabbing, all of the tackling for naught. The pass was incomplete. No possession. Tommy Benson was the guy that forced the fumble.
Let's take another look here.
The pass was ruled incomplete on the field, incomplete.
Everett dropping back, dumping the ball off when he couldn't find a receiver downfield. I don't know about that not being possession. Possession is both feet down while you have the ball in your grasp.
It'll be 4th down and 8, and that means punt formation. Steven Dominguez from San Francisco State, 6'3", 200-pounder is in there. He's only played in the league 1 year. Stephon Adams is deep for the Raiders at the 15. Good-looking kick. Chases him back to the 5-yard line. And he gets it out to the 18 or 19-yard line before he is brought down.
It was a 51-yard punt, returned 15 yards by Stephon Adams for the Raiders.
All right, we'll have the ball in possession of the Raiders again in a tie game, 7-7. But apparently there was a flag on the play on the far side of the field. There was a flag way over against the eastern sideline. We're high above the west.
Holding call against the Raiders on the run back. We'll wait for Jerry Markwright to inform us as to who the culprit was. For 84 yards last
Holding
week.
number 47, receiving team, while the kick was in the air. A post-possession foul enforced from the spot where possession changed. Half the distance. First down, timeout.
Number 47, Leon McLaughlin. Now we go to commercial with a score tied at 7-all.
7-7, 9:16 to play in a thrilling first few minutes of this preseason game, the Raiders and the Rams, being played at the Big A in Anaheim. The wide receiver in this formation will be Willie Gault, number 83, and 2 tight ends, Ethan Horton and David Jones. The center is Mose Barr and Jay Schrader, who threw a 69-yard touchdown pass a few minutes ago to Gault, is there at the 3-yard line. Out of the end zone, passing. It's caught, and it's good. Now he says no good.
They say he was bobbling the ball, didn't have possession as he crossed the line. Remember, there is no instant replay in the National Football League in 1992. The official's initial call is the only call that counts.
That is one that would have been replayed, isn't it, Al?
Certainly would have. I think the judgment would have been that it was incomplete.
Willie Gault couldn't hang on to that one. It is now 1st and 10 on the 19. In motion, Nick Bell, and he's got that ball going the right side. Brought down over there after little or no gain. They had to rule that pass complete. They had to rule it complete because they couldn't get out otherwise from down there in the end zone.
Right.
That pass was complete to Gault. So it is now 2nd down and 8 on the 21-yard line in their own territory, the Raider possession.
You'll hear about the NFL testing instant replay this year, but it's not involved in the game. It's just ways to find a better system and better equipment. Gault
again, and we got 2 tight ends. Gault is the wide receiver. Jones and Horton are the tight ends. Here's the pass caught at the 30-yard line by David Jones. This kid, a first-year man out of Delaware State. He's quite a story. He caught 3 passes, and one of them was good for a touchdown last week when they lost at San Francisco. San Diego last year, Plan B free agent, comes to the Raiders, and this guy's going to make himself quite well known, I think, Al.
Well, he came to us at about 210 or 212, and Al Davis said, I want to be able to use him in the slot or a tight end. Our strength coaches worked on bulking him up to 225, and he's maintained the speed with the increased weight.
Schrader doing a good job down there throwing that ball. Robert Bailey made the last tackle. Schrader is 6 out of 7 for 115 yards. Here we go with Nick Bell again, trying to cut back, and he gets out near the 35-yard line before Mark Boutte brings him down. And when Mark hits you at 6'4", 298, you know it. The man, Nick Bell, 6'2", 250 pounds, second-year man. Only 8 games, as we said earlier, last year, but he got 3 touchdowns in those 8 games.
And he finished very strong in the playoff game, the Raiders' 17th year in the playoffs against Kansas City. He had 107 yards, and that's the first time that a Raider rookie running back has ever had more than 100 yards in a playoff game.
Still 2 tight ends for the Raiders. That's Horton and Jones, and Willie Gault is still, of course, the wide receiver. 5 yards to go for another first down. And the pass is completed at the 41-yard line to David Jones, the kid we were just extolling. Brought down by Kevin Green, who scored the only touchdown of the game on a fumble for the Rams.
Take another look here. Schrader gets a rush from Robinson on his left-hand side. Looking that way, feels it, steps up. That's the quarterback's responsibility. Step up in the cup.
"41-yard line, still in their own territory. Remember, the Raiders started this drive back at their own 3-yard line. Marvin Fernandez is the wide receiver one side and Willie Gault on the other. The handoff is to Bell, and he powers forward for about 3 or 4 yards. Again, Kevin Green, a tremendous all-pro player, 6'3", 247 pounds.
Their offensive line coach, his son will be one of the quarterbacks for Auburn University this fall.
2nd and 7. At their own 44-yard line, the Raiders' possession in a tie game. Again, wide receivers, Fernandez and Gault. Schrader, lots of time. Man wide open, complete at the 40, and down at the 40 is Ethan Horton of North Carolina.
17-yard gain for Schrader on the pass to Horton. Take a second look. Horton, 88, lined up at tight end. Solid protection up front from Wisniewski. Mosbar, crossing pattern. Juggled the ball a little bit, which may have cost him a chance to run farther after the catch. The key thing, make the catch first, then run with the football.
Horton in the Pro Bowl game last year. Last year he had 53 catches, averaged 12 yards a catch. It's 1st and 10 on the 39-yard line of the Rams as the Raiders try to go in front for the first time. Schrader drops the ball down the middle, and it's caught in there and handled very well by Marvin Fernandez, the wide receiver. And he is brought down after a short gain of about 3 yards. Again by Kevin Green. Good thing the Rams brought the big lad from Auburn with him, 247 pounds. Mervyn Fernandez.
Mervyn played 5 years in the Canadian Football League before coming down to the United States as a Raider draft choice. And while in Canada, he won the Shenley Award as the outstanding player in the entire Canadian Football League.
Fernandez had 48 catches for an average of 15 yards last year. 3 wide receivers this time, David Jones, Fernandez, and Willie Gault. Gault at the bottom of your screen. In motion goes Jones. Flag in the play. Big hole up the middle and a big gain by Nick Bell. But let's see who the penalty is against. Robert Young of Mississippi State made the tackle.
I think the penalty will be against the Raider end who was in motion. He may have turned upfield a little early, and the NFL officials said they were going to be very acute on calling that this preseason.
That was David Jones who was in motion and was called for turning up too soon.
2nd down.
They call it officially illegal motion, and it was David Jones, the man in motion. So it's now 2nd down, and let's call it 12 to go. The ball on the Rams' 41-yard line.
10th play of the drive coming up right now. Nick Bell did a good job of that. Was supposed to be an off-tackle play. He saw it clogged up, cut straight up the middle for the yardage.
Schrader will play the entire first half, and Marinovich will play the second half for the Raiders. Schrader again, great protection, man down the middle. It is knocked away. It was intended for Mervyn Fernandez. Robert Bailey did the coverage, and he did a good job of covering too. Could possibly have stepped in front and intercepted that one. 3rd down coming up with 12 yards to go, a 7-7 tie in the first quarter.
Chuck Knox over there on the sideline. They've just sent their special pass defense package in, made 4 substitutions. Rams will have extra defensive backs in on this down.
And they'll try to defend against 3 wide receivers. Gault, number 83, Fernandez, number 86, and Jones, number 82. Fernandez goes far to the right. Gault far to the left. 3rd and 12 from the 41. Way too far. I don't think he threw that away, but he missed Gault so far you would question it. Willie Gault was the man out there.
Gault's had a great start. He's got 97 yards in reception so far, and we're still in the first quarter of the ball game with 2:52 left to play.
Todd Kinchin comes in the season. He averaged 37 yards a punt with 57 punts. 7-7 the score here in the first period. Low snap. Kick will come toward the sideline, but his angle wasn't good enough. It'll come out to the 20-yard line.
Cossett's average last year, 37 was a net average. We'll take a break at 2:45 left in the
yard line with Everett the quarterback. Henry Ellard is a wide receiver right and Willie Anderson left. The tight end is Jimmy Price. 1st and 10 in a tie game. Everett completes his pass to Price, and Jim Price takes it out to the 31-yard line. Nice catch and good movement after he got it. Ronnie Lott was the first to get after him and knock him down, along with Ricky Ellison, the linebacker.
A few hits like that for Ronnie Lott, who was a Pro Bowl player last year for the 10th time and led the entire league with 8 interceptions. And the receivers become aware of him. They want to know where he is out there. When they take their concentration off the football and start thinking about where defensive backs are, you've accomplished something.
It is 1st down after that nice pass by Everett, his first completion from his own 31 now. The handoff goes to David Lang, and Lang is stacked up just about at the line of scrimmage by Ellison and Wallace, the left linebacker and the middle linebacker. Watch him. He's going to run right in your living room.
Number 50, Ricky Ellison, slid behind those pulling guards, came in behind him, knifed in right there. 225-pound linebacker, originally with the Los Angeles Rams, formerly with the University of Southern California.
2nd and 10, ball on their own 31, the Rams possession. The I formation this time. We got Anderson and Ellard as the wideouts, and both can catch it and both can run with it after they catch it. Lang and Lester the setbacks. Everett going to be hit just as he released, and then it went right through the hands of the intended receiver, Tim Lester of Eastern Kentucky. He was bothered in there by Anthony Bruce, and again Ricky Ellison was in on the play.
Andre Bruce doing the rushing on that one, was the very first draft choice in 1987 when he went with the Atlanta Falcons. Had some problems there, had a great rookie year against the Raiders with sacks and interception. And when the Falcons soured on him, Al Davis and the Raider people felt, here's a guy we want, got him in plan B, and he's in the starting lineup now, but not as a linebacker, as a down defensive lineman.
3rd down and 10 yards to go. Big play. Ellard and Price and Anderson are split out. Everett's pass down the middle. He led his man too much. The intended receiver down there was number 80, Henry Ellard, who did not play in last week's win at Seattle. Dorn on the coverage that time. Torn Dorn. Dominguez, 6'3", 200-pounder. Deep, Stephon Adams for the Raiders.
Block.
And this blocked is right. It's a free ball. And now down with the ball, a Ram at the 28-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Raiders following the block. And the block came because of Elvis Patterson.
Elvis Patterson, one of the great special team players in the league, lays himself out there right in front of the football. Ball bounces. Now, if a Ram picks it up and runs for a 1st down, it would be a 1st down.
And the Raiders were very cognizant of that fact and made a good play defensively. 1 minute and 4 seconds left in the first quarter, and a big opportunity here from the Rams' 27-yard line now. Schrader, who's played a tremendous first quarter, will be at the helm and see what he can do with it.
Steve Hortmeyer, Raiders special teams coach, pleased with that performance.
Galt is wide left and Fernandez wide right. 1st and 10. Schrader to about the 8-yard line. A flag and a play. Pass interference. Mervin Fernandez was the intended receiver. It'll be 1st and goal from the 7.
We'll take another look. Jay's got plenty of time. Drills that ball, keeps it down low. You see the defensive back got there before the ball did.
The defensive back was Robert Bailey out of the University of Miami, 23 years old, 2nd year.
Now, what the Ram defensive back is complaining about to the official, it looked as if the linebacker that the ball flew over might have touched it. If he touched the ball, interference is off, because as soon as the ball is touched by a defensive man, it then becomes free. The rules change. One of the officials there has to say, though, I saw it. I'm not taking one of the players' words for it.
Referee Breitbart in the white cap trying to settle it, and of course Chuck Knox anxiously along the sideline.
We'll take a look and see if we can find out. Remember, there's no instant replay.
They're going to call off the pass interference.
It looked like there that the ball pass was slightly deflected
by a defender. There is no interference on the play. Second down.
That was
the
a good
pass was tipped.
Pickup by UL. It was indeed tipped, just the fingertips, and therefore it comes back to the point. Now, of course, on the far side, you got Art Shell arguing his point, but the rule is as clear as the evening sky here in Southern California. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Again, no instant replay in 1992. What the officials call is all we get.
We're going from the 27-yard line. Man in motion, Fernandez. Schrader to throw. He throws to McCallum, and McCallum's hit after crossing the 25-yard line and falling forward to the 23. Paul Butcher of Wayne State is the man that made the tackle, a 230-pound outside linebacker.
Now David Jones is in, probably be a wide receiver.
Yeah, along with Fernandez and Galt.
Right, Horton will sometimes line up in the backfield, and you've got Nick Bell in the backfield with it.
Schrader's got a single back behind him, and that is Bell. He's going to pass it toward the end zone, incomplete. Horton was the intended receiver. No one was near the ball either on defense or offense. It'll be 4th down with 5. The ball is at the 27. It would be a 37, 41, 44-yard field goal.
It was excellent coverage by the Rams. Inside and outside coverage.
Excuse me, it'll be a 40-yard field goal. The ball will be spotted at the 30-yard line. Jaeger, who made 29 out of 30 PATs last year, made 29 out of 34 field goals. The kick is up. The kick is no good. No good. It hit the post. How about that? We've had everything in this first quarter.
Really, and we've got 8 seconds left to play. We'll take another look at that one. Good hit distance-wise, but you see it beginning to veer off to the right. Hit the post high up. The posts, by the way, in the National Football League are much higher than they are in college. College posts only go up 10 feet. Ours go up 30 on the sides to make it easier for the officials to be sure that the ball was good.
They're tougher to paint, though. You got to have an elevator. All right, 8 seconds left to go in the first quarter. 7-7, 1st and 10 in their own 23. Anderson and Ellard are split out. Everett's going to throw it short. Might be. Oh, through the hands of the intended receiver, David Lang. An unusual call. The clock, 4 seconds. This time, if he throws, it'll be long. Well, he completes it at the 30-yard line, and the quarter ends as Tom Benson brings him down. Tom's out of Oklahoma, a right linebacker, a 240-pounder. End of the first quarter. Tell you, we had a lot of throws in that quarter, and a score of 7-7. We'll be back in a moment.
First time this preseason.
All right, first quarter stats, Al.
The Raiders 7 first down to 1 by the Rams, 21 offensive plays to 9 by the Rams. The score, however, 7-7. The Raiders have 141 total yards. The silver and black defense has kept the Rams down to just 20. But again, we pay off in points. Great defensive effort today, though, by the Raiders, the defensive coaching staff.
Open the second quarter. Everett will be motion is Ellard. Everett's pass is a great catch, and it's good for a first down. At about the 34-yard line, Anthony Bell of Michigan State made the stop, but the catch was made by Jim Price out of Stanford. Boy, that's a fine catch.
Second look at that. Excellent throw by Everett. Really threaded it in because the coverage was tight out there by Anthony Bell.
So it'll be 1st and 10. 7-7 our score. 35-yard line, let's call it, in their own territory. Lester is out. Ellard and Anderson are the wide men. The handoff goes to Lang, and Lang breaks a big hole. He pops it across the 50-yard line. A beautiful slashing run by David Lang of Northern Arizona. 6 feet, 201 pounds, second year in the league, and he was stopped finally by Land and Lott. 18-yard gain.
Couple of changes in the defensive unit right now for the Raiders. 92, Ferret Collins is in there alongside of 74, Nolan Harrison, second-year man playing defensive tackle. And Lionel Washington at the corner, number 48, for his first preseason action in 92.
Everett is now 4 for 8, and he's got another first down, this time at the 48-yard line in Raider territory. Everett in trouble. Bigger trouble. Throws it, and it's dropped. Couldn't be caught. It was thrown partly behind David Lang, and Schrader was very lucky. Not Schrader, but Everett was very lucky to avoid a sack, as he was really pushed defensively by Bruce and Nolan Harrison out of Indiana University.
He kept looking for the back to dump the ball off to, but the Raider pass rushers had their hands on the back and wouldn't let him get out of the way. Then when the ball was thrown, that's probably a good idea to drop it because you're 7 or 8 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
He couldn't have caught that with Yogi Berra-Smith, though. It's 2nd and 10 from the 48-yard line in Raider territory. Pass complete at the 40-yard line. Nice catch over there by Pat Carter out of Florida State, number 88, 6'3", 255, and wrestled down by Tom Benson of Oklahoma, 6'2", 240.
We'll see Carter using the whole 255 pounds at the end of this to drag the Raider defender and get the first down. Keep the ball, move the chains. Everett here has time, keeps the ball down low.
Everett gives to Lang. Lang ran into one of his own teammates and then barely plows forward for only maybe getting back to the line of scrimmage as Anthony Smith of Arizona, 6'3", 265-pounder, brings him down for the Raiders.
Anthony Smith was the #1 draft choice for the Raiders in 1990, but missed the entire season with knee surgery. Did a great job of working to rehabilitate himself and came in last year with 10.5 sacks, the most by a first-year player in the entire NFL in 1991.
Willie Anderson comes wide left, and going out on the other side is Henry Ellard. Carter is the setback. In motion, Price. Pass out in the flat. It's complete. Taken by Lang. He gets to the 30, and he's knocked out of bounds at the 28-yard line.
That was a perfect throw. You'll see it again. The backs like to take the ball turned upfield on swing passes, not going to the sideline. Turned upfield so they can see where the defenders are, make a move on them. Catch the ball in stride with vision on where the defensive people are coming from.
Ronnie Lott was one of those that knocked him out of bounds.
Ronnie Lott usually is one of those who knocks him out of bounds.
Yeah. At the 27-yard line. 3rd down and a yard. The Rams in Raider territory. Their ends are in tight. The ball is handed off, and there's the first down. Plowing ahead, David Lang of Northern Arizona. He gets a lot of power out of that 6', 201-pound frame. Nolan Harrison, 290 pounds, hit him, and 225, Ricky Ellison also.
Everett just went to the sideline to get a towel off his hands and forearms. It was 86 degrees with 50% humidity at kickoff time here in the Big A.
But that wasn't down in the field, Al. It's even hotter down there. They say 7 or 8 degrees, so it's warm. Although for the fans, it's a beautiful, beautiful night. We probably have around 50,000 here. Get that for you a little later on. 1st and 10. Price is in motion. Oh, there's a hit. They call it a pass, a fumble. No. They say that his arm had gone forward in a passing motion. And from up here, I would totally agree. An incomplete pass will be the call.
Again, we'll get the advantage of a second look, but remember, these looks don't count anymore. No more instant replay.
Incomplete pass. Great rush on the play applied by Anthony Smith.
I'm not sure if the impetus to get forward didn't come from the hit, but either way, his arm was moving forward at the time the ball came loose.
2nd and 10 from the 26-yard line. Splitting out wide to the right is Ellard. Also, Willie Anderson comes left wide. Pass will be completed at the 25-yard line, and gone down to about the 17-yard line is Tim Lester of Eastern Kentucky, 5'9", a 215-pound, 4-year veteran, and it took the linebackers Wallace and Ellison to stop him over there.
You know, Lester is not a small back. He's a short back, but at 215, he really has the equivalent when he powers any of about 240 if he were 6 foot. Good job of going down low, bending his knees to get the ball, and fighting along the sideline. There you see he's out of bounds. Everything else, the yardage doesn't count after that point.
3rd and 2. He's got to get to the 15-yard line for a first down. 3rd down. Pass is complete. There's the first down to the 10-yard line, and the man that caught the ball is Jim Price of Stanford, 6'4", 240. First down and goal to go. They're calling it. The ball appears from up here to be right on the 10-yard line. 1st and goal. The handoff is given to a slashing runner, David Lang, and Lang gets down to the 7 or 8-yard line before Ronnie Lott and David Waymer knock him down. Waymer came to the club as a free agent.
Also in on that play, A.J. Jimerson, playing outside linebacker or defensive end, depending on the lineman called for the Raiders.
Plan B, Waymer got here. So it'll be now 2nd and 7 from the 7.
Both safeties in the game for the Raiders, Lott and Waymer, Plan B acquisitions. Both played last for the San Francisco 49ers.
Anderson wide to the right. Ellard on the near side is wide. Everett to throw, and he throws it away. Ronnie Lott had a lot to do with that play defensively.
Little push there by number 75, Howie Long. You don't have to sack. You got to pressure, destroy the quarterback's rhythm, get your hand up, make him take a little off the ball to throw it over you or around you.
All right, it'll now be 3rd down and 7 yards to go from the Raiders' 7-yard line. Score tied 7-7 as the Raiders attempt for a field goal from 40 yards late in the first quarter. Hit one of the bars on the goal post. Everett down the middle. Oh, he just barely overthrew Henry Ellard of Fresno State.
We'll see an isolated look here on number 80, Ellard. There's a switch in the coverage. He slides through the inside. Good job of chucking him in there by Washington. Remember, for 5 yards downfield, the defensive back can hit a receiver. Not after that point.
All right, here we go with a 24-yard field goal attempt. Tony Zendejas. He doesn't miss. And he proves our point. The Rams 10, the Raiders 7. 8:24 to play in the first half, and back in a minute. Stephen Domingos will kick it off. He's getting a good look-see tonight from the Rams. And Stephon Adams, number 45, and Terrence Flagler, number 40, are deep for the white-shirted silver and gold. 10-7, the Rams lead it. The Raiders have never led. Long kick. He's going to bring it out. Got to the 15. Got out to about the 20 or 19, and Flagler looked to me like he was back there changing his mind 2 or 3 times. Should I kneel down, or what should I do? Well, he'll have time to think that over as we cut away for a minute, then we'll be back with more. All right, trailing 10-7. The Raiders take over at the 20-yard line, their own territory. Same starting lineup that opened the game is in there. Back to throw is Schrader, and he completes, but immediately knocked down is Willie Gault, number 83, stopped by Darrell Henley of UCLA. They're going to allow his progress to almost the 25-yard line.
That gets Willie over the 100-yard mark, and we're only 7 minutes and 53 seconds into the second quarter. Willie Gault, 5 receptions, 102 yards.
David Jones in the ball game, and boy, he's a good-looking player. It's his first year out of Delaware State. He was with San Diego last year. Wide outs on both sides for Schroeder. Looking and throwing and almost intercepted. Oh, that was almost picked off the top of the natural grass here at Anaheim Stadium by Robert Bailey of Miami.
Looks like
have possession. It'll be 3rd down and 5. The injured player Bailey has left the game under his own power. By the way, one of our Raider sponsors celebrating a birthday, Tom Rubin of Focus Media. He's still under 100. And Tom, we're going to be sending a cake on Monday. Score 10-7 here. The Rams over the Raiders. 3rd and 5. Schroeder. Complete at the 35-yard line to Fernandez, and he's finally knocked out of bounds at the 44-yard line. Fine play, good throw. Darrell Henley, who's playing an outstanding game defensively, knocked him out of bounds.
19-yard reception, and we'll see how it was done. Mervin comes upfield under control, then just breaks across the middle, gets his 200 pounds between the ball and the defender, giving the defensive back no chance to make a play.
19 yards on the pass play. Schroeder having a very good first half. He'll be replaced at halftime by Todd Marinovich, the second-year man out of USC, who played in only 1 game last year. Schrader.
First charge timeout, Raiders.
Okay, the timeout is charged to the Raiders, and to the sideline goes Schrader to talk things over with Art Shell and company, and we'll be back. The ball on their own 44-yard line. Raider possession. They have passed on 10 consecutive plays. Dennis Mnuchin, our statistician. The Raiders have 8 first downs, all by passing. John Kingan is the scouting top man for the Raiders, and he is scouting for us up here tonight and spotting. Steve Wright is spotting for the Rams. Here we go, back to throw. Schrader long, way out there, can't quite get to it. Making a big run was Willie Gault out of Tennessee. Well covered by Darrell Henley of UCLA, number 20.
First time the Raiders have gone deep tonight, and that's something the Raiders will do every game, any down from any place on the field. You know, you hear about the vertical passing game, and as Al Davis says, it's one thing to talk about it. It's another thing to get to people who can do it and be willing to do it any play, any game.
Out of the ball game, Willie Gault, and in to replace him as a wide receiver, Tyrone Montgomery of the University of Mississippi, a rookie. He wears jersey number 17. Schrader's pass complete at the 40-yard line, caught by Fernandez, who's having a big ball game, and he works it down to the 38-yard line before he's knocked out of bounds by Robert Bailey, the left cornerbacker. Good action.
This will be an 18-yard completion. We'll see a dual isolation on the quarterback. Look, concentrate, throw before he makes the move. Notice that ball was in the air before Mervin made the move to the sideline. That comes from timing, practice, practice, and more practice.
All right, 1st and 10, 6:28 to play in the first half. The ball at the 38-yard line of the Rams. Raider possession. The handoff is given to Nick Bell, and Nick Bell runs into a stone wall and more. They'll allow the progress just about to the line of scrimmage, we would think. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Good defensive play, particularly by Gerald Robinson, the right end, 6'3", 252-pounder, 29 years of age, out of Auburn. The bench fronted by the big man, and of course that's Art Shell. I said to him, how do you keep your composure? How come you don't get excited? And Chuck Knox is the same way along his sideline. They say, you don't know what's going on inside of us. 10-7, the Rams lead it. 2nd and 10. Schrader. Pass goes right through the hands. Man was pretty well covered. Nick Bell, and the man that was covering was the middle linebacker, Strickland, out of Purdue, 6'2", 250-pounder.
C.J. Schrader looking to the sideline. The plays are coming in from the sideline, signaled in by Terry Robisky. See Terry right there, the shorter one with the headset on, standing alongside of Art Shell.
For this play now, 3rd and 9, trailing by 3 late in the first half. The Raiders bring in 3 wide receivers, Galt, Jones, and Fernandez. That'll give the secondary of the Rams a lot to ponder. Schrader's in trouble, and he is sacked. Back at the 42-yard line, a host of tacklers got him. 91, Kevin Green, is the man that was there first. He's something.
And credit this one to the coverage, because Jay has some time, nobody open. You don't throw the ball away. Take the sack. It gets you out of field goal range possibly. Your best bet is to just dump the ball off. However, you don't throw it up there and lose possession when you have a chance to pin your opponent down close to their own goal line.
Kinchin standing on the 10-yard line to receive for the Rams. Standing back at his own 44-yard line is the kicker, Jeff Gossett. Kicking to the sideline. So the ball will come out to, we'll see where he angles it out over there. Comes out to about the 13 or 14-yard line.
33-yard punt. Finally aligning it inside the 10, out the 9-yard line.
Yes, I misread that. It's down there at the 9-yard line, correctly stated by UL. 1st and 10. The Rams in their last possession had a big drive, got them out in front. Now a new quarterback in for the Rams. His name is Mike Pagel, out of Arizona State, a free agent. He played last week in the win at Seattle. Completed 9 of 12 passes, 1 touchdown. Pagel. Interesting to see how this young man does. The handoff is given to Lang. Lang gets maybe above the 10-yard line, not much more than that. A couple of yards. Benson and Ellison, the linebackers.
Has played in 107 league games over his career in the National Football League.
2nd and 8. The Rams lead it 10-7. Pagel keeps. Pump fakes. Throws it complete. Out to the 15-yard line, and the man that caught it gets it up to the 20-yard line. Jim Price did a good job. He's out of Stanford after he caught it. Waymer, David, Notre Dame.
The quarterback can take off and run.
From their 20-yard line, their own end of the field, the Rams have the ball. 1st and 10. The handoff is given this time to David Lang. He cuts back across the 25 and gets it out. There's a fumble on the play. The Raiders say they caught it. Let's see if yes, the Raiders have the ball. David Lang was hit by 2 men, coughed it up, and it'll be placed near the 26-yard line, and the Raiders in their own end of the field now with a big chance to score either a touchdown or a field goal. Aaron Wallace is the guy that grabbed the ball, pulled it out of his arms. He's out of Texas A&M.
Ball being handled off toward the right side. Good pursuit. It's hard to see there with the official in the way, but the ball came out before he went to the ground. There you see number 51, Aaron Wallace, former 2nd-round draft choice out of Texas A&M, coming up with the football.
We've got 3 minutes and 25 seconds left. Wide receivers are Galt and Fernandez, and a whistle and a flag on the field.
It's like movement in the offensive line.
False start, number 76, offense. 5-yard penalty, 1st down.
Wisniewski.
Ball prior to the snap.
So the ball comes back now to the 31-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 15. The Raiders missed 1 scoring opportunity when their place kick struck the upright. Over the ball, Mosbar. Out of USC. The ball handed off to Nick Bell. Tries to turn the corner and can't. He's necktied out of bounds at the 35, and there is a flag on the play.
I think they're going to call that unnecessary roughness. He'd already driven him out of bounds and threw him to the ground.
Kevin Green's the guy that was in on a major share of that throw out of bounds.
You'll see Newman right after that play trying for the Academy Award. Handoff. Bell trying to make the decision which way to go. Now you can't hear the whistle there. You don't know when. But
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Number 91, defense. 15-yard penalty.
Wow.
Automatic first down.
That is a big play in this first half, ladies and gentlemen. A man that has played so magnificently throughout the half and throughout his career, Kevin Green. The adrenaline gets going when these crosstown rivals get at each other, and he just went a little bit too far. But Al made a good point. You cannot hear the whistle along there, and maybe he didn't realize the severity of the situation.
And another thing, normally in a league game you have a 6-foot wide white border along the sideline, which helps. Being this is a baseball stadium and they're still playing baseball, they don't put it in until later in the season.
All right, it'll be 1st and 10. The ball on the 18. Schrader's pass is caught. Magnificent catch up around the 8 or 9 yard line. Anthony Newman finally drags David Jones down, and David Jones coming up with another superlative effort, his 2nd consecutive in the preseason.
That was the perfect example of what you call concentration by the receiver. He knows he's in traffic. He knows he's going to get hit. If you're going to get hit anyway, why not catch the football? It doesn't hurt anymore, and you feel a lot better.
Can I tell you something now? It's fun to work with you.
Thank you, Chick. My pleasure.
You're unbelievable. You got 80 guys down there, and you know all about each one of them.
Thank you.
That's great. It'll be 2nd down, a yard to go. Well, they're going to come in now and take a measurement at the request of the Rams. Score 10-7. The Rams lead it. The Raiders have never led in the ball game. Got behind in the opening a couple of minutes on a fumble at the goal line, and it was Kevin Green who just put them in this position defensively, who picked up the ball at the goal line and scored it. It'll be 2nd down and 1 at the 9-yard line. Handoff to McCallum. McCallum straight ahead, and he's manhandled by 5 guys, starting out with Roman Pfeiffer out of UCLA. Pfeiffer spelled in this case P-H-I-F-E-R, 230 pounds.
Just wedge blocking. Follows the lead by number 38, Nick Bell, number 65, Max Montoya. You know, the penalty call like we had just a moment ago, a lot of times we'll have that reaction. It will spur a defensive unit, get him fired up, give him a special feeling.
2 minutes to play. 2 minutes to play. And so we'll have a break in the action down on the field. The 2-minute mark of the second quarter.
Warning. The 2-minute warning.
We'll be back with the ball. No. 2 minutes to play in the first half. Trailing 10-7 to the Rams. The wideouts will be Horton, Jones, and Galt. Fernandez has left the field. 2 tight ends, Horton and Jones. Galt is wide right, goes in motion. Schrader. Intercepted by the Rams. They dodge another bullet. Great interception intended for David Jones, and the Rams come away with the ball. The interception made by Robert Bailey, who was injured earlier. He returns, and what a play he made.
Schrader back on a play action, not much of a fake, which doesn't hold the linebackers and the deep backs. Jones cutting across. I don't think that Jay ever saw the defensive back there at all. In San Francisco, because of the wind, particularly in the first half, we didn't get the opportunity to do some things with the ball that we wanted to.
Schrader leaves the game with a record of 14 completions and 23 tries, a touchdown and 197 yards. Mike Pagel is the quarterback. And now the handoff comes to Lang, and Lang breaks across the 20 to about the 21. They're going to go without a huddle as Andre Bruce brought him down. Auburn man. 2nd and 8. Pagel's pass. No good. Wrestling the man down hard was number 46, Torn Dorn, and the man that he wrestled down hard was Pat Carter. 3rd
preseason. The regulars, Washington and McDaniel, are on the corners.
That's good to see. Want all the guys and all the clubs to be healthy at the start of the season. September the 6th. Back to throw. Pagel. He goes to the run. He's up to the 30 and dives to the 31. And after he landed, he was landed upon. Bruce and Wallace were after him. The man that landed on him is hurt. Number 56.
Shotgun. Steps up inside the rush of Howie Long. Now he starts thinking, can I make the first down? That's where the dive comes. Get the first down.
Wallace got hurt on the play. Here we go again. And at the 26-yard line, man knocked down very, very hard is the quarterback. Excuse me, it's not the quarterback. He was brought down by Anthony Smith. Good pressure on the quarterback being applied.
Andre Bruce of the Raiders, kind of hobbling a little bit going to the sideline, was in on that hit of the quarterback.
58 seconds left to play. Rams lead 10-7. Anderson, Chadwick, and Cox are the wide men for the Rams. 11-year veteran Mike Pagel is the quarterback. Going out here to an open man, but he can't quite get to it. Thrown just a little bit out of the grasp of Jeff Chadwick. Torn Dorn was on the coverage, but he was beaten on the play. It'll be 3rd and 10. 54 seconds at the clock, of course, deadened with the incompletion. And seconds later, Lott intercepted again, and they won it 20-17, the Rams over the Raiders. Now, here we go, 3rd and 10. Pagel throwing long. Can he get there? Yes, he's caught it at the 30, and he's knocked down at the 25-yard line. Washington Lion, a lot of Tulane, caught him. The man that caught it was Aaron Cox of Arizona State. 5'10", 178. A beautiful play.
Shotgun formation. Steps up, flagged the ball, which may have caught the attention of the defensive back.
First charge, timeout.
Perfect pass.
Rams, this is a 40-second timeout.
Quarterback
40 seconds.
Flagged the ball. That's where
He's a good one. Now, an opportunity for the Rams to add on to their 3-point lead. The ball is at the 26-yard line. It's 1st and 10 with 45 seconds left. Anderson, Chadwick, and Cox are wide again. Down the middle, a pass is batted down.
It was hit by the umpire.
He's part of the game.
The umpire is part of the game. You'll see it again. Ball down the middle. Number 31. The umpire gets drilled.
Great pressure applied by number 59, Anthony Bell, on the passer. Anthony is a great friend of Magic Johnson's out of Michigan State.
Now, if the ball were to bounce off the umpire, stay in the air, it's catchable. The umpire is as if any official hit by a ball is as if the ball wasn't touched yet.
So it'll be 2nd and 10. The ball is on the 25. We've got 42 seconds to play. Again, Anderson, Chadwick, and Cox are split wide. Ball batted back, and it wasn't by the referee this time. It was the same guy that rushed before, Anthony Bell. What a nice play by the 7-year, 245-pound veteran. He's 6'3" to begin with.
Again, shotgun. That gives the quarterback a quicker view downfield. Got way up in the air on that one. Anthony Bell was a first-round draft choice a few years ago. The Phoenix Cardinals ended up last around the league and planning for the Plan B, and the Raiders picked up 9 players in Plan B, many of whom will help.
The entire season, you won't see anybody spike the ball back any better than Bell just did. Here's the ball, handled by the quarterback, and he can go nowhere. He's stacked up back at the 34-yard line.
There's a flag along the line of scrimmage. We'll have to wait for the call.
We've got 34 seconds left to play. Number 14 is the quarterback. His name is Mike Pagel. Arizona State, signed as a free agent by the Rams.
False start, number 78. Offense, 5-yard penalty prior to
become possible. Lang is one of the setbacks. Wide outs on both sides. In motion goes Chadwick. Pago throws, man open, but he missed him badly. Chadwick cut to the outside, a down and out pattern, and the pass wasn't thrown very well. Torn Dorn was the cover man on the play. Jerry Korak.
Pago right now has completed 2 of his 8 pass attempts for 53 yards with that long 44-yarder to Aaron Cox.
Jerry Korak, K-O-R-A-K, coming in to try a field goal. Kennedy Collegiate College, 6'1", 215. 48-yarder. It's on the way. It might get there. No good. Wide to the right. It got there, but it was wide right. He got a lot of foot in that ball. Now we have got 29 seconds left to play. And let's see what, if anything, the Raiders can come up with.
The Raiders have 2 timeouts to utilize in stopping the clock, and also stop the clock on plays going out of bounds, penalties.
Football team 2 years at UCLA, played only in his 2nd year, then he went to baseball with Toronto's Blue Jays. Thought he could do better in football, and he has. Schrader throws the ball to the sideline. It's caught over there at about the 46 or 47-yard line by Willie Gault, and they need a timeout quickly and call it.
Schrader took the timeout then.
Here with David Jones, Fernandez, and Gault as wide receivers. Schrader has Bell behind him, and Schrader wants to throw, and he's going to be rushed. He throws over the intended receiver, Ethan Horton of North Carolina.
Schrader is now 15 completions in 25 attempts for 214 yards.
Great rush applied on Schrader by Mike Peel out of El Toro, California. Went to the University of Illinois.
Had a glimpse of Eric Dickerson there momentarily on the sideline. He'll play some in the second half tonight's ball game.
2nd and 10, 14 seconds left from their own 47, trailing 10-7. The Raiders have the ball. Schrader's being rushed, throws it away. Or it appeared like he threw it away. Nick Bell was the closest to it, but Schrader's going to call a timeout, I think. Yes, he is.
For live purchase.
3rd and 10, the ball on their own 47. Fernandez, Jones, and Gault are the wideouts. And here is Schrader throwing it out of bounds. Intended for David Jones. King Kong on a ladder couldn't have caught it. Way over everybody's head. 2 seconds left. Is this
a defensive penalty? You'd get another play.
They got 7 defensive backs out there for the Rams now.
None of them are going to help right here.
Not going to be any play. Just the kneel down. The half is over. The score at the end of the first half. The Los Angeles Rams 10. He can boot them far, wide, and handsome. The deep men will be Ricky Jones of Alabama. And also back there with him will be Joe Campbell, number 27. Kick should carry down to around the 6-7 yard line. Those are the 7. Handled down there by Ricky Jones. And the flag on the play as Ricky Jones is yanked out of the night air in Anaheim, California, and knocked down at the 23-yard line. Mike Jones made the stop on Ricky. They are not related, probably not even friends after a jolt like that.
Mike Jones played football this spring with the World League champions, the Sacramento Surge.
I notice a new arena being built down here.
Number 52 on the run back.
And they just got a new Arco Arena up, and you mentioned Sacramento. They got the Kings up there in the NBA. I wouldn't doubt that they get a football stadium and a baseball stadium up there, and they get new franchises, wouldn't you?
I think they would be a fine city in the NFL. They have that stadium that's underway. As you say, they've done very well with basketball. It's an up-and-coming community that could be an NFL site and a successful one.
Here's a rookie at quarterback for the Rams, T.J. Rubley out of Tulsa University. There's a flag on the play. Referees rush over to referee Mark Bite to see what they want to do.
False start.
False start.
Number 60, offense.
Man who completed for 18 touchdowns. Wide outs both ways. Man in motion is Price. Rubley gives the ball off, and the man that he gives it off to is knocked down for about the line of scrimmage, maybe a little bit of a loss. The guy that got him was Willie Broughton. Miami, 6'5", 275, playing for the first minutes in this game. See a lot of new faces and jersey numbers in the second half.
Well, the first cutdown is coming in the National Football League on the Tuesday after the third game. That's the Tuesday after next week's game between the Raiders and Redskins. Art Shell and the coaching staff, Al Davis and the scouts, will have to make some decisions and trim from the present 84 to 60 on that date.
Marcus Dupree is in the ball game. This guy had one of the most severe leg injuries ever. And here's a fumble. They took it away from the kid. Rubley dropped it. And number 74 of the Raiders picks it up. He is Nolan Harrison, Indiana University. And the guy that knocked the ball loose was Anthony Smith.
We'll see it here. Anthony Smith will be coming from the quarterback's right, grabs his arm. Out comes the football. Nolan Harrison just covers it. Don't think about getting up and run with it. Cover it. Possession.
Welcome to the NFL. That's a tough break for the kid. T.J. Rubley, Tulsa University. Todd Marinovich at quarterback. 6'4", 220, SC, second year. Played in one game last year. Eric Dickerson is in the ball game. SMU, 6'3", 220, 10 years in the league, 31 years of age, and of course you all know that story about the Rams and so forth. It looked like number 82 or Patton perhaps jumped off number 71.
False start.
Marinovich, the long count. And here's another flag in the play as Patton, number 71, jumps again for the second time in the series.
False start. Number 71, offense. 5-yard penalty, first down, prior to the snap.
Couple of them going there, Al.
Yeah, you'll see the left side, Patton. You can just see his foot on the left side of your screen. Also the tight end, they both fired out. You know, you change centers, you change quarterbacks, the count's a little different.
All right, we'll try it again. This time the handoff is given. There's another flag on the play. The ball carrier got to about the 14-yard line. Eric Dickerson, SMU. He's the number 3 all-time NFL rusher. He needs only 300 yards to catch up to Tony Dorsett, who is number 2.
There's Dickerson. You know, he's a big guy. He's 220 pounds.
Offside, number 99, defense, lined up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty, first down.
The neutral zone is the area, the length of the football. The offense, except for the center, has to be behind the near point. The defense has to be behind the far point, and that lane in the middle is the neutral zone. The only person allowed out there is a center who can have his hands out there and his head out over the football.
Krepenick comes in the ball game. Greg out of Michigan, 6'6", 235, or rather make a 325 at left tackle. They say this guy's going to be something. All right, the ball is handed off, and sliding to the ground is Dickerson as he tried to make a cut. He's playing on natural turf here. The guy that was pressuring the most was LSU's Carl Wilson, number 77. This is a very sloppy start to the second half.
It sure is. Second look. See that Dickerson lost his footing when he made that cut, but there was penetration by the Rams that put the pressure on.
Number 17, Tyrone Montgomery, is in at wide receiver, and Darrell Hobbs, number 14, is in there. Marinovich throws out in the flat. It's complete at about the 11 or 12-yard line. They're going to say the 11th to Eric Dickerson. Eric Dickerson.
Dickerson is a very underrated receiver. Last season with the Indianapolis Colts, he had his second best year in his pro career as a receiver. Skrepenak, number 78, that's like trying to get around the world trying to get him. good online throw by Marinovich. It's important for young quarterbacks to get that first completion, to realize they can do it. They know they can do it, to just get everything going, the adrenaline running, and go to work.
Roman Pfeiffer knocked him out of bounds. We got Mike Alexander in as a wide receiver. 3 wide receivers. Mike Alexander, Montgomery, and Hobbs. Marinovich to throw it. Into the end zone. Touchdown. No. They say that David Jones stepped out as he went out of the corner. Woo. I'll tell you, the official had great position to make his call. Great position.
Now we'll second guess. Straight back behind number 67, Dan Turk. Lays it out front, and let's see the feet. 1 in, 1 out. Good call by the official. You have to, in the NFL, get both feet down in the field to play, whether it's in the end zone or out in the field. In college, you only have to have 1 foot in.
McCallum is in for the defensive blocking assignment, the offensive blocking assignment here, as Jeff Jager tries to tie the game. And Jeff Jager gets a 3-point, 28-yard field goal, and we're tied at 10. We will be back in a moment. He will be kicking to the 2 deep men, Ricky Jones, number 19, and number 27, Joe Campbell. Both are out around the 5-yard line. On his last kick here in this quarter, Jager kicked it to the 7-yard line. After that, a fumble by the rookie quarterback, and that set up things for the Raiders. Very high kick down to the 12-yard line, taken by Campbell. And Campbell breaks out to around the 22. Things are getting a little rough. His first appearance. Now let's see what the kid from Tulsa can do. 6'3", 205 pounds. He's got wideouts on both sides. Dupree is in the ball game. This guy is an outstanding player. And the handoff goes to Mark Dupree of Southern Mississippi, 6'2", 225. Last year he had 49 carries, 3.5 yards, and here's a delay of game called against the offense.
First down prior to the snap.
Second is only in the flow of the game.
It's 1st and 15. The ball is at the 17-yard line. In motion, Kinchin. Dupree with the ball, and Dupree gets the ball out to about the 23-yard line. He's a good runner. Nolan Harrison and Dave Waymer made the stop. They're going to spot the ball at the 24 wide men. Ball back to Rubley. Rubley throws it complete, and the ball is completed in there to Ernie Thompson. Ernie Thompson out of Indiana University is finally brought down by Nico Noga of Hawaii and Mike Jones of Missouri.
Take another look at this. This is a design pattern to get the back out after the underneath coverage has backed up. Good hit. Takes the ball in stride until he runs into a pair of linebackers, 52 Mike Jones, 53 Nico Noga.
Kinchin comes out as a wide receiver, and Cox goes in for the Rams in the same position. It is 1st and 10 on the 35-yard line of the Rams. They have the ball. In motion is Price. The pass comes out into the flat, and it's caught out there by Dupree, who had to reach over, and it's a very tough catch, and he's driven back. The ball will be spotted around the 38-yard line. Noga and Bell, Anthony Bell, made the stop.
Swing pass out to the right, and Dupree is going to run into 4 linebackers, and those are the people that running backs least like to see after they catch the ball. They'd much rather have those 180-pound corners or those 190-pound safety men rather than 235-pound linebackers.
Chuck Knox sending in plays with his wide receivers. Kinchin comes back in, and Cox comes out. Single setback is Dupree. Dupree gets the handoff, and he crashes across the 40 and gets out to the 43-yard line. Wide to the left is Kinchin, and Chadwick comes wide right. It is 3rd and 2. The ball on the 43. Rubley's in big trouble. Throws and gets out of a lot of trouble as it goes across the 50-yard line in the possession of Ernie Thompson. Nice pass, good body control, good read of the field by the rookie Rubley.
Handled the pressure very well here, Rubley. Knows it's 3rd down. I've got to try and get the 1st down. knows where the line of scrimmage is, doesn't cross it. If you cross the line of scrimmage and throw the completion, it's no good.
So it'll be 1st and 10 on the 47-yard line. Now they are in Raider territory. Chadwick is wide, and also Aaron Cox at the top of your screen. Dupree is the setback. In motion goes Price. Comes back. Rubley passes out. Dupree has got it. Dupree is knocked down at the 43-yard line. Nice pattern that they ran that time. Anthony, 2nd down and 6 to go. The ball on the 43 of the Raiders. We're tied at 10-10 in the second half. Ernie Thompson and Dupree are in the backfield. This is Dupree. Caught and held up. Nice play by Anthony Smith of Arizona, number 94, defensively, 265-pounder.
Defensive coordinator Gunther Cunningham of the Raiders had a blitz situation there. He had a couple linebackers coming, penetrating. He's got a pledge that the Raiders will go back to a more aggressive attacking defense in 1992 than we displayed the last couple of years.
3rd and 5. Kinchin is back in at a wide receiver spot, and on the other side we've got Aaron Cox, number 84, at the top of your screen. Timeout is called by the Raiders.
First charge, timeout.
10-10 the score. 7:49 to play in the 3rd. Back in the he's on the sick list right now. If the Raiders could hold him and get some points on the scoreboard. Happy Franklin hasn't missed a home game since the Raiders came to LA in '82. We don't want to see that streak stop now, so we send our best to Happy and Francis out in Santa Monica. Get well fast so we can see you at the Coliseum. All right, it's 3rd down and 5 from the 42-yard line. In motion, Kinchin. Unusual formation. The pass thrown and completed at the 37-yard line to Jim Price. Jim Price is out of Stanford, and he looks very good. This is his 2nd year. Curtis Cotton made the stop.
You'll see that the hit by Cotton jars the ball loose, but Price concentrates on it, brings it back. Take a look right here. He's hit.
Yeah.
Ball's loose.
Cotton's out of Nebraska, 6-footer, a 205-pound safety. It's 1st down. Frank Hartley in the ball game as a tight end, along with Kinchin on the other side. Setback is Dupree. In motion comes Price. Pass goes to Dupree at the 40, 35, 30, 28-yard line. Nice run before Nico Noga of Hawaii brings him down. 245-pound, 9-year veteran.
Yards.
After fumbling on one of his first opportunities of the day. Cost him 3 points. Thompson and Dupree the setbacks. This is Dupree again, and boy is he looking good. He's down to the 25-yard line. He had a leg injury that no one thought he could ever recover from and continue a career, and here he is running like he's got 2 very strong legs. Nolan Harrison brought him down at 290 pounds, along with 275-pound Willie Brock. Play with 5:43 to play in the 3rd. Coming out wide to the right is Kinchin. Man in motion, Price. Almost fumbled the ball on the handoff, and he finally got the pass off. Dupree was the intended receiver, but Rubley almost fumbled the ball when he took it away from the center. And this kid's pretty calm out there, Al.
Yes, he is on their roster now with World League experience in spring of '92.
2nd and 10, the ball at the 25. Chadwick and Kinchin are split. Price is in motion. Dupree is the setback. It goes to Dupree. Got to swing wide right. He's got the 25. He's the 20. He's knocked out of bounds at around the 17-yard line. And again, you must compliment Dupree running that hard on those legs that were so badly damaged. From TCU, Robert McWright knocked him out of bounds.
This is counter try where the play starts to the left, comes back to the right. Dupree made a good shift of speed to get him out past A.J. Jimerson, and then just poured it on down the sideline.
So they've got the ball at the 16-yard line. It's now 3rd down and 1. Joe Campbell in the ball game. And timeout is called by the rookie quarterback, T.J. Rubley. And you know it's hotter than that down there on the floor of the magnificent Big A. So It's 3rd down and 1 on the 16. Rostek over the ball. 2 setbacks. Quarterback is the rookie Rubley. Ernie Thompson's in there as one of the setbacks, and the other is Lang. Another flag. In fact, a rash of flags, and the penalty is against the Rams.
False start, number 12, offense.
The quarterback.
Defense. Their quarterbacks were great at getting away with it. Rookies normally don't get that much credit.
Blair Bush is in at center now for the Rams. Here's Rubley's pass in the end zone. A man open over there, but he didn't quite get to the cut. It was intended for Chadwick, but Jeff couldn't get there, although he made a good down and out cut. Covered by TCU's Robert McWright, 5'9", 170-pounder, 1-year player in the league. Tony Zendejas comes in to try the field goal that would give the Rams the lead. The Raiders have not led in the ball game. This would be a 39-yard field goal. Pagel will hold. Zendejas is a magnificent kicker. Shoots him like a bullet down there, and it's good. And the Rams are back in front. The score, the Rams 13, the Raiders 10. Back with more in a minute. Stacy Simmons and Adams. On the season. Kicks the ball with great velocity. And great distance. That'll go to the 2-yard line. Taken by Stephon Adams. He's still going to the 25, the 30. 2 men out in front to block. And Adams gets all the way up to about the 48 or 50-yard line. Let's see where they spot it. Nice run from the 1-yard line.
Stephon starting out on the right side, following Simmons. Good blockers peeling off there. One by Smith, who missed, but so did the tackler. Well, Stephon was one of the leading return men this year at Sacramento with the Surge, the World League champions.
Glenell Sanders of Louisiana Tech made the stop. Now that was taken at the 1-yard line, so it brings it back to the 48 for a 47-yard return. Todd Marinovich, the quarterback. 13-10, the Rams leading it in the 3rd. Marinovich with the handoff. He gives to Eric Dickerson. He gets nothing. Might have lost an inch or two. Tried to cut back. Eric very happy to be with the Raiders. Chris Kroom made the initial hit on him. Strong safety. He intercepted 2 passes in the Cotton Bowl in '92. 4 bowl games in 4 years at Texas A&M for Crooms, the rookie, who made that play. 2nd and 10 from their own 48, trailing. Marinovich throws the ball too low onto the top of the turf, intended for David Jones, Delaware State, 6'2", 225. Strickland was the man covering. Fred is out of Purdue, a 250-pounder. Coming in is number 17, Tyrone Montgomery from Mississippi, a rookie for the Raiders. What about that rookie, Al?
Well, Tyrone is the youngest of 3 who have played in the National Football League. His brother, Clea Montgomery, was an outstanding running back for a number of years with the Philadelphia Eagles. Wilbert Montgomery, with the Eagles, and then Clea Montgomery, who played with the Raiders.
Mike Alexander is in as a wide receiver for the Rams on the 3rd and 10. Long pass, interference? No interference. A lot of contact. David Jones of Delaware State was the intended receiver.
The official's position there is that the defensive man has equal right to the ball. As long as he's going for the ball, not going for the man, he has negligible contact will not be called.
Pat Terrell was the man on the play. Pat Terrell, I should say. He's out of Notre Dame, a 3rd-year man at 6 feet, 195. It's 4th and 10, and back to kick is Gossett. Averaged 37 yards a punt last year. He gets off a high kick. Kinchin is the deep man. He feels the ball. He's hit. Gets out of that tackle. Breaks another one. Still going. wonderful run, but there was a fumble on the play apparently. And finally, it's a wonder his arm didn't come off the way he was being yanked around.
It was a 42-yard punt by Jeff Gossett, a 15-yard return by Kinchin.
Ernie Thompson is the melee that saw Kinchin finally fumble, and then it was recovered by Ernie Thompson. Kinchin's in motion. The ball is to Dupree. He inches his way up to the 30-yard line. A nice 5-yard gain. He's got very quick start off of his run, Al.
Yes, he does, and he saw the hole open very quickly there, made a quick cut, and he has a feeling for running straight up the field rather than going sideways.
Dave Waymer and Willie Broughton made the stop. It'll be 2nd and 5. Score 13-10. The Rams over the Raiders. The Rams with possession on their own 30-yard line. Chadwick and Kinchin are the wide outs. Here's the man busting loose and going all the way across the 40. And the same guy, Dupree, gets out to the 42-yard line. Boy, is he good. 1st and 10 at the 42. Still in Ram territory. The kid Rubley doing a good job of mixing up the plays, or maybe they're coming in from the sideline. I would think the latter. Fake to Dupree, keeping the ball. Rubley throws a bad pass behind Ernie Thompson, rolling out to the right.
Bootleg pattern where he faked to the running back going one way, kept the ball, came at himself, had a receiver short, and one going deep to take the corner and safety back.
Rubley's passed successfully 6 of 9 times for 42 yards.
Now the clock starts the minute that ball is incomplete and hits the ground. That 45-second clock starts. You don't get any time free for your receivers to work their way back to the line of scrimmage. The clock is running once the ball is
down
incomplete.
to 15 right now. Chadwick and Kinchin are the wide receivers. Pass is dropped, incomplete. Right over the middle was intended for Ernie Thompson, number.
This defense unit in on this 3rd down situation.
Yeah, he doesn't want any first down here with 2:15 to play in the 3rd quarter. All right, coming with the ball is Hoodley. Shotgun formation. The kid's going to run it. He's at the 50, 45, runs out of bounds at around the 43-yard line. Curtis Cotton. I like the way Rubley handles himself, Al.
What you'll see on this one is the 2 outside defenders for the Raider on the defensive right got trapped inside, got cut there, and that left the quarterback the lane. You have to have leverage on the outside. You have to have people whose responsibility is don't let the quarterback get outside.
The economy 1st and 10. The ball is on the 42-yard line. Ernie Thompson and Dupree are in the backfield. This is Rubley. Got running room if he wants it. He's going to the end zone. Too long. Cox was the intended receiver. He was pinched down there by the defensive about Robert McWright when you get a chance. He's only been in the league 1 year. Here we have 2 wideouts. The setback is Dupree. It is 2nd and 10. And this is Dupree. Marcus Dupree at the 40-yard line, dropped in there by a host of tacklers led by Hoskins. Derek Hoskins from Southern.
Hoskins, a early draft choice, 5th round
Rookie.
draft choice of the Raiders, a rookie. Big kid, good size, good speed, tough, can run.
3rd and 7. Out of the ball game for the Rams is Thompson. Coming back in for them is Aaron Cox. Pass play coming up. Wide left goes Kinchin. Cox comes to the right. Slotted in is Chadwick, who goes in motion. Shotgun. Sideline pattern. Can't quite reach it. Intended for Chadwick. Just off his fingertips. Again, good coverage over there defensively by Robert McWright.
Robert McWright was drafted in 1990 by the New York Jets, cut, then was with the Cowboys in training camp in 1991, released, signed by the Raiders late in the pre-camp period as a free agent.
McCallum is deep for the punt. for the Raiders, and the guy that's going to kick it is Thomas Rowan, University of Colorado, and he's standing back at his 45, his first appearance of the ball game. 13-10 the Rams lead. Down at the 11-yard.
So tell your safety, line up there. If the ball goes over your head, let it go into the end zone. If it's in front of you or right there, take your fair catch.
Todd Marinovich, the southpaw out of SC, skipped his senior year, played one game last year in the pros, had a big ball game, getting 23 out of 40 completions against Kansas City. Marinovich to throw, if he can. And he can, but he misses his intended target. Carl Wilson applied great pressure on him. The pass was intended for Tyrone Montgomery, a rookie at 6 feet. What about Montgomery?
We'll see the pressure here as he looks to find Montgomery. Good block by Eric Dickerson. Helps pin the defender inside. Tyrone comes out to Montgomery. As we say, Montgomery is a third member of his family to play in the NFL.
2nd and 10 on their own 11-yard line. 30 seconds left in the third quarter. 2 wideouts. Pass comes down the field and not near any receiver, intended apparently for David Jones, who was considerably away from the ball. Fred Strickland was putting the pressure that time on the defender, or would-be receiver.
An interesting note on the 2 Montgomerys who preceded Ty. Both of them were Super Bowl players. Cleve Montgomery played for the Raiders in the Super Bowl, and Wilbert Montgomery played in a loss by the Philadelphia Eagles in the Super Bowl to the Raiders in 1980.
27 seconds left in the third quarter. 3rd and 10. Pinned deep in their own territory. Trailing by 3. The Raiders have the ball. Todd Marinovich. He throws it way out there and very high. The kicker will be Jeff Gossett. The end zone. He's their only kicker. He gets it off. Kicks it away from Kinchin. Kinchin runs to his left, takes it on the run, zigzags his way back a few yards. By Mike Jones of Missouri. McKinney is in the ball game for the Rams. Chadwick and Kinchin are the split ends. In motion is the lad I just mentioned, McKinney. Dupree the setback. And here is a flag on the play.
There have been a lot of tissues on the turf in this ball game, but that's part of preseason football.
Tissues on the turf. Huh? 1st and 10 with 11 seconds left to play. But let's see where the penalty goes.
False start.
False start. He's asking, what's the guy's number?
False start, number 69, offense. 5-yard penalty, 1st down. Prior to the snap, reset the clock to 12 seconds.
Oh, they just wanted to check out my pronunciation.
Yeah, there you see the right guard. He just leaned a little bit, but that's all it takes. Any movement which might draw the defender offside.
The guy that was drawn off is Jeff Pahukoa. First and 15. I had enough names to handle over in Barcelona the last 3 weeks. We've got 12 seconds left. This is Ruble. Another flag in the play.
The left tackle broke his stance just a scant count before the ball was snapped.
So they're going the wrong way.
Number 60, offense, 5 yards.
After 300 pounds or more.
Dupree is in the backfield. In motion comes McKinney. Hoodley's pass is complete to Dupree. 50, 45, and down to the 43-yard line. 3 seconds left. The clock is stopped.
It's an excellent call on that screen and a good hit at the end of it by Derek Hoskins, number 20.
Timeout is called.
See that again. This is a screen. They're allowing some of the defensive people in and throwing outside of them, pulling those linemen to get out in front and help downfield. The offensive lineman cannot cross the line of scrimmage to block.
Outside, number 90, defense lined up in the neutral zone. Penalty decline.
Tonight, beautiful.
You know, the moon has never been quite the same to me since those astronauts hit golf balls up there. It's lost some of its mystery.
Ready to go to the fourth quarter. Chick Hearn with Al LOCASALE. Hope you're enjoying it. The quarterback is still T.J. Rubley. Rubley hands off to Dupree, and Dupree is stopped after he gets, maybe a yard. Anthony Smith again of Arizona, the 265-pound second-year player, has had a strong defensive game. After 3 quarters, Al.
Well, the Rams have moved ahead statistically, 265 yards to 203 for the silver and black, and they've had 58 plays to the Raiders 40. They have maintained excellent possession in quarters 2 and 3 of this ball game.
Darian McKinney is in the ball game for the Rams. Split wide to the right is Kinchin. Man in motion is Chadwick. 3rd and 6, pass complete, and a great tackle made by Hoskins. Hoskins hits with a lot of authority. He reminds me a lot of Ronnie Lott. Darian McKinney was the man that caught the ball. Hey, when anybody mentions your name along with Ronnie Lott, that's quite a compliment.
Certainly is. As we said earlier, Ronnie Lott's been in the Pro Bowl 10 times, and the only guy in the National Football League to have been in the Pro Bowl as a cornerback, a strong safety, and a free safety, all the defensive backfield positions.
Napoleon McCallum, 6'2", 230, standing at the 10-yard line awaiting the kick of Thomas Rowan, who is standing on the 45 in his own territory. Lots of time. The kick taken by McCallum at the 11. He gets it back 4 yards to the 15-yard line. McCallum.
29-yard punt. A 4-yard return by the Admiral.
Courtney Griffin of Fresno State is the man that brought him down. And with the score, 13-10 here in the fourth quarter. We'll be back in a moment. The fourth quarter. The score is 13-10. The Rams over the Raiders. The Raiders have never led in the ball game. They were tied twice, at 7 and again at 10. 2 wideouts, and with the ball, Marinovich. Todd cocks the arm, the left-hander throws, and when the ball got to the receiver, there was a serious blow delivered by Brian Townsend, University of Michigan, 6'3", 242, a rookie. Good play.
Eric Dickerson, the intended receiver. Remember, short set, only back 5 steps. Has time, finds Dickerson over the middle. Defender got there at the perfect time, just when the ball got there.
2nd down and 10 from their own 15, trailing by 3, fourth quarter. Art Shell against Chuck Knox in the coaching boxes. Marinovich. Here's a man open. He got him. He hit him now around the 35-yard line, and the receiver that caught the ball was Darrell Hobbs, who was knocked out of bounds at the 43-yard line. Nice pass, good catch, defensive play made by Ricky Jones, Alabama State.
28-yard completion down the sideline. That's a pattern against the zone defense where the safety didn't get over in time. Hobbs caught 5 passes last week against the 49ers in the second half, all from Marinovich.
That was for 58 yards, too. All right, this is the first life, really, that the Raiders have shown offensively in the second half. Let's see what they can do from their own 44-yard line. 1st and 10. Marinovich hands off this time, giving the ball off to Dickerson, and Dickerson straight ahead for a couple. Rocker is the man that rocked him, David Rocker, 6'4", 267 pounds.
Dickerson working behind the Raiders' second offensive line.
Wide out to the left side is Darrell Hobbs. The handoff given to Dickerson, and Dickerson is stacked up again at the 50-yard line by Brian Townsend, Michigan. Townsend is number 54.
You see here, there's a good surge, good control.
Is Tyrone Montgomery and Mike Alexander, and Darrell Hobbs now complete the trio of wide receivers. It'll be 3rd down and 5. The Raiders need a 1st down. Marinovich, man open. He got him at the 45-yard line. That's David Jones. Oh, that'll be a penalty. That'll be a penalty. 15 yards. Jones had been stopped, and then coming on to really plow into him. Silly. Perhaps he didn't know where he was along the sideline. Anthony Newman of Oregon, the 5-year man, will get the penalty.
Marinovich steps up, finds Jones on the sideline. You'll see here he's out of bounds, already stopped, and that's an obvious late hit. He's out of bounds.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 26, defense. 15-yard penalty, first down.
The field is 160 feet wide. I believe in playing all 160, but that one was about 100.
Down tonight on a 69-yard pass that Willie Gault accepted in the first half from Jay Schrader. Marinovich. Long over toward the sideline, too long. Intended for David Jones. David is from Delaware State. The coverage was by Charles Franks of the University of Oklahoma, a rookie.
Marinovich looking over the sideline for the plays to be signaled in from Coach Terry Rubisky. Terry's in touch with some of the coaches upstairs. The Raiders, Joe Scannella, Tom Walsh, and Mike White.
Are all the Raider plays sent in from the sideline?
Yes, the quarterback has the opportunity to change them at the line of scrimmage, however.
All right. The quarterback, Marinovich, on a 2nd and 10 from his own 29. Pass almost intercepted, if anything. Not close to the man that was out in the open, Montgomery. Pfeiffer was the guy that was back there defending. 3rd and 10 from the 29. (13-10) in favor of the Rams. 4th quarter. 11 minutes and 3 seconds left to play.
Marinovich right now just 3 for 12 for 37 yards. He's got the Raiders in potential scoring position.
He got most of those yards a minute ago in that 18-yard completion. All right, here we go with one setback. Marinovich is going to throw if he can. He's still got it. Running for his life. Throws back across the field, and he got the completion to Montgomery at about the 18-yard line. Griffin brought Montgomery down. That's a heck of a play by Marinovich.
We're going to give you a dual isolation, a look at Marinovich, number 12, setting up. 17, Montgomery on the pattern. Right here, Marinovich is forced out of the cup, gets away. Montgomery is taught work back toward the quarterback when the quarterback has to scramble. Don't make him have to throw a mile. Find an open spot, work back toward him. That's a drill, the scramble drill that Fred Blitnikoff, wide receiver coach, works periodically with the receivers.
There's two 22-year-olds that combined in that play. It is 1st and 10. The ball belongs to Dickerson, and he is knocked down back at the 20 for a loss by Courtney Griffin. A beautiful tackle.
We'll see.
The ball on the 20. Still 13-10 the Rams. 4th quarter, 9:45 to play. Ball squarely in front of the goalposts. Dickerson is in the ball game, has one of these setbacks. They're thinking pass, and here's Marinovich. It's complete down at the 15-yard line, and the man that caught it fought for a couple of more yards, and this young rookie out of Mississippi, Tyrone Montgomery, is playing like his kinfolk did ahead of him.
Marinovich has time here, goes short. Montgomery hooked up, worked his way back toward the ball.
Another rookie, Chris Crooms, made the stop. Now the ball at the 12, 3rd and 5. 4th quarter. trailing by 3. The team with the ball, the Raiders. Wide left is Montgomery. Marinovich into the end zone. No, just a little bit too high, too far for Mike Alexander. That wasn't a bad throw, Al.
Now you just run out of field down in that corner.
Griffin was on the coverage.
Plenty of time to throw from that second defensive line. Would have been hard to get the ball and keep both feet in.
It would have. Griffin is from Fresno State. All right, the field goal by Jeff Jager. 29 out of 30 PATs last year. Field goals 29 out of 34. The kick is up. And we have a tie ball game. A 29-yard field goal by Jeff Jager. And we're tied at 37 out of the 61,113 tickets that were issued. Crowd here 56,511. Ricky Jones and Joe Campbell, 19 and 27 respectively, deep for the Rams, standing at the 3. This guy kicks the ball very, very high. Down to a yard. Oh, fumble back there. And it goes through the end zone. That'll come out to the 20-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Rams. 8:31 left to play. By the way,
this is the largest preseason crowd at Anaheim Stadium since 1985. 56,000.
1st and 10 at the 20. Rubley back to throw. And Rubley does throw the ball. That's no good. Jones, Mike, in on him. Time running out. 8:28 left to play. In different cities. Phoenix, Arizona. I guess they played at Falstaff. Chadwick and Kinchin are the split ends. Setbacks, Dupree and Ernie Thompson. This is Dupree. Oh, he's knocked down, and that leg came out in a grotesque position. Let's hope he can stay healthy. Anthony Bell made the hit, and Dupree gets up slowly.
So does Anthony.
He's hurting. He's hurting on that right leg.
The Raiders will break training camp finally this after Thursday's practice. Art Shell will bring him back down into El Segundo, and practices on Friday will begin at the Raiders' regular facility there in El Segundo.
If you got that last play, run it for us, please, and watch the legs of Dupree. And with a guy with bad wheels, that's scary. And he came back hobbling. He's still in the ball game, however. All right, 3rd and 5 from the 25. Here is the rookie Rubley, and he throws it complete out to the 30-yard line.
Looks like he just got the first down.
Yeah, I think he got it by just inches to Darian McKinney, number 49, before he was stopped by Tom Benson of the University of Oklahoma, the right linebacker, 240-pounder. Line. The tip of the ball is just about touching the 30. Thompson and Dupree are set in the backfield. Rubley has been the quarterback the entire second half. Kinchin is wide out. Flag on the play. Pass out in the flat, incomplete. Intended for Kinchin. Now let's see about the flag. Terry McDaniel was on defense on that play in the white shirt of the Raiders. He's from Tennessee. 4-year man, 5'10", 180.
It's illegal play.
That's a no-no. Here we go now from the 25-yard line. 1st and 15. Chadwick and Kinchin are the wideouts. Ernie Thompson in the backfield. Fumble? No, he held on to it. Got the ball off finally, giving it to Dupree, who busted up the middle for 2 or 3 yards before Derek Hoskins hit him with a lot of authority. Hoskins, number 20.
Tempers are getting a little. The tempers are getting a little short out there.
Getting as hot as a plane. To the right now is Todd Kinchin of LSU. And coming over here to the left side, Jeff Chadwick at the bottom of your screen. In motion, Kinchin. Rubley being pursued. He throws it off balance, and he can't complete it. The pass was intended over there for Frank Hartley at the University of Illinois.
Good pressure by number 58, A.J. Jimerson.
Sure was.
We'll take a look at it, see what we mean by pressure. 57 White pushing, and here comes 58 Jimerson, the quarterback now.
Holding number 59, defense. 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Holding against Anthony Bell, Michigan State.
Those hurt because you force the other people in a situation where you have a chance.
Coming out to the bottom of your screen is Chadwick. Kinchin is up at the top, coming in motion. Here's Dupree. Takes tacklers with him and goes out to the 40-yard line. Dupree is 6'2", 225. He gets the maximum out of it before he's brought down by Alberto White.
You'll see what Chick means by drive right here. Got his shoulders squared down, driving straight upfield, a lot of power, uses his weight, but again, he's not turned sideways. He is turned toward the goal line. Positive yardage.
I'll tell you, he's carried 13 times for 59 yards. All right, it'll be 2nd and 4. Kinchin is at the bottom of your screen this time. Fake. Grudley still got it. Got a man open. Doesn't throw it to him. He's going to run it, and he slides out of bounds. Got the first down. He had a much easier way to get it. Art Shell is complaining on where they're spotting the ball. That is 5 minutes exactly left to play in regulation. Ernie Thompson, the setback. Here's Rubley. He completes the pass to Ernie Thompson, and Thompson's across the 50 down to the 49-yard line before A.J. Jimerson and Mike Jones stop him. Good movement here by the Rams. Good drive. Boys, I really like the way he looks out there. First time we've seen him. 2nd and 4. 2 wideouts. The handoff is given to Dupree. He sweeps the left end, and he is forced out of bounds, but not until he gets the first down to the 42-yard line. Curtis Cotton, University of Nebraska, pulls him down. Rubley, TJ is his first name. Chadwick and Cox are wide. Rubley gets away from a man. Comes to the sideline. He likes to run it, and he does, down to the 36-yard line. Again, A.J. Jimerson in pursuit. And when he at 6'3", 230 pursues, you better run. And Willie Broughton is right behind him at 6'5", 275, knocking people apart.
We'll see again the rush from the outside, 57. Now that's holding. The blocker had him wrapped around the jersey like the two of them were inside a kimono together or something. But again, the outside people have to keep the quarterback inside where the pressure can get to him, where you can get hands up in their face. You let them get on the outside, they have the advantage.
36-yard line of the Raiders. 13-13 the score. The Rams in possession. Ernie Thompson wide out on the left. Kinchin and Chadwick wide out on the right. Ball given to Dupree. They thought they stopped him, but they didn't until he picks up another 4 and another first down. He was hit by Mike Jones and Anthony Bell, but neither could pull him down until he had got the necessary yardage for the first. Now we're at 3:50 left to play. That's 20 first downs for the Rams. 16 have been recorded by the Raiders. We're tied at 13. Fourth quarter. Kinchin in motion. Rubley throws it away, out of bounds. Cotton, good job by Curtis Cotton, the rookie out of Nebraska, pursuing. 3:11 left to play. If you're wondering about overtime, should we get there? Should no one score again in regulation? Sudden death, 15-minute time span.
Holding number 36, defense, 5-yard penalty, automatic first.
Penalties.
Now they are definitely in field goal range, and they're going to get a lot closer here in a second, the way they're moving the ball. Can the Raiders take it away from them? Can they get a turnover? Kinchin in motion. The handoff to Dupree. Swings and slips. And that's all that kept him from going from probably 6 or 7 yards, because he, with the cutback, had an opening. Cotton got him.
58 A.J. Jimerson, I think, may have gotten a leg in there, too. No, mostly the cut off with his weight shifted to where effect. Now we're at the late, and the field does get a little where it tears up more.
2:37 to play. Chadwick and Kinchin are the wideouts. 2nd and 10 from the 6-yard line. Dupree. He finds running room when it isn't there, and he goes down to the 11 or 15-yard line. Hoskins on the stop. The 2-minute
That is
timeout.
the 2-minute warning.
All right,
The
it's
2-minute
now
warning.
13-13, but the ball and 38 seconds. The drive started on their own 20. They're now down to the 11-yard line. 2 minutes to play. 1st and 10. I called it the 11. I'm sorry. It's the 15-yard line.
On behalf of the Raider organization, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Chick Hearn for working with us. It's my pleasure and the Raiders' pleasure.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. All right. Let's see what the youngster Rubley can do. Thompson and Dupree are the setbacks. In motion is Kinchin. There goes Dupree for more yardage. He stopped around the 13 or 14-yard lines by Mike Jones. They're obviously within easy field goal range for Zendejas.
The Raiders take a timeout here. The thinking being you want to have enough time if they kick the field goal to get some offense yourself. If you let Chuck Knox run the clock down, you won't have a shot.
Back with more in a minute.
How long are we going to go at the end after the game?
He told me before the game, Al, that we were going to just boom, boom. But I don't know if that's changed. Did Zendejas make any field goals last week? Does anyone know? He might know. All right, 43 left to play. Zendejas, who will kick a field goal here in a minute, unless they should run it in. But Tony Zendejas, 5'8", 165 pounds, been in the league 8 years. As I said to you earlier, last year, field goals made 17 out of 17. And his points after was 25 out of 26. This year in the preseason, he didn't make any field goal in the game against, he didn't try any, against Seattle that they won. He's got 2 tonight. So if he makes that, it'll be 20 consecutive field goals that he's made. Oh, here we go. Chadwick is wide to the right. He comes in motion. All they don't want is a turnover. There goes Dupree inside of the 10-yard line to the 9. And here's 4th down coming up.
No timeout.
And
The Raiders
Hoskins
cannot stop the clock, so Chuck Knox will let this run down a ways before they kick.
Zendejas will try his specialty. Marvelous kicker. When he sets the ball down, when the holder puts the ball down, Pagel will hold. Zendejas usually marches from the spot of the ball about 4 steps.
So the Rams can let this run down with
Yeah.
1 second to go, take a timeout, maximize the amount of time they take off the clock.
Time is out. 56 seconds left.
Second charge timeout, Rams. This is a 40-second timeout. 40 seconds.
Now the clock will not stop until the ball is snapped. The clock stops after the ball's been kicked. Raiders should get the ball back with 50 seconds or so remaining. On the subsequent kickoff, the clock does not stop in the last 2 minutes until the ball is touched and run into the field of play. Receiver, member of the receiving team. The rest of the game, until the last 2 minutes of each half, the clock stops on a kickoff, starts on a kickoff as soon as the ball is kicked.
27-yard field goal.
Art Shell has a record in preseason play in the 2 full years he's had with the Raiders, now in his 3rd full season, of 7 wins and 4 losses going into this one.
See if Zendejas does the walk-off. 4 steps. Here it comes. See, watch. 1, 2, 3, 4. And he goes up after it like a bowler going to the line. And he really powers it. Great, great power. And great, great accuracy. That gives him 20 consecutive field goals made. So with 54 seconds left to play, the Los Angeles Rams again take the lead, 16-13. At no time in this game did the Raiders have the lead. It's been a back and forth evening. Both clubs at times have looked very good. At other times, like everybody does in preseason contests, particularly only the second one, you're going to have some sloppy play. Al indicated a while ago that there were times when he didn't think the Raiders were tackling as well as they should be expected to by Coach Art Shell and staff, and I'm sure that Chuck Knox and his club feel the same about the Rams. Zendejas will kick it off. Stacy Simmons, number 84, and Stephon Adams have a chance to become heroes. That was 15 plays in 71 yards. The drive took 7 minutes and 54 seconds off of the clock. Woo! Dennis Mnuchin, our statistician, John Kingdon, and Steve Wright, our spotters. For Al LOCASALE, I'm Chick Hearn, and we hope that you've enjoyed it as much as we've enjoyed bringing it to you.
Next weekend, the Raiders at home for the first time in the 1992 season. Saturday, the 22nd of August, 1 p.m. against the world champion Washington Redskins.
Zendejas marches off his steps again. He paces everything before he kicks it. Here we go. 54 seconds left. Long and high. 1 yard deep. Taken by Stephon Adams. 20. He's on his way. 40. And he's bumped out of bounds near midfield. Nice run back. Very nice. Went to the sideline. A Raider is shaken up on the play, but he's okay. He's up on his feet. You know who made the tackle? Zendejas, the guy that kicked it.
That was Steve Hortmeyer there with Stephon Adams. Here we see Stephon starts up the middle, breaks predetermined route. Breaks a good block, double team there, blocked by Stacy Simmons. Finally knocked out by the kicker.
Yeah, Zendejas.
Now we have a little fun. 46 seconds to go, but the Raiders have no timeouts. Timeouts were used to stop the clock to be able to get the ball now.
They had to do it to get in this situation. Marinovich is there with 2 wideouts. Marinovich is getting rushed. Marinovich throws to the sideline. It's caught. Taken down there by Stacy Simmons, who's out of bounds to stop the clock at the 40-yard line of the Rams.
An 18-yard completion. We now have 41 seconds to go.
Courtney Griffin of Fresno State's the guy that bumped him out of bounds. A very fine throw by Marinovich.
Another look. Marinovich, excellent protection, drills the ball out to the sideline. That's a long throw when you have to throw out to the sideline. That's longer than throwing one down the middle 35 or 40 yards.
1st and 10. We'll call it the 39. He's completed it to the 30. He's down to the 20. He's to the 15-yard line, and he is Hobbs. Nice play and a beautiful strike thrown by Marinovich. They do not have any timeouts, remember. They got to run it. They're in field goal range, though, no question about that. Marinovich passing it to the sideline and catching it out of bounds. Incomplete. Stacy Simmons. That's okay because that kills the clock. Yeah.
Now you have a little time to get organized.
It'll be 2nd and 10. The ball is at the 15-yard line. So 15 and 10 is 25, and 7 would be a 32-yard field goal if that should come to pass with the ball where it is now. But they certainly got a chance to advance it further. Do you keep throwing, or do you run it in a little bit?
No, I don't think you can get up off a running play and be able to start your next play.
Good point. Marinovich got a man open. He catches the ball at the 8-yard line, and the man that caught it, Hobbs, is driven out of bounds immediately at the 8 or 9. Getting to be interesting, isn't it?
It's getting to be real interesting. Let's see. Excellent pass protection. Hobbs knows, I have to get out of bounds. I have to stop the clock. Get tackled in the field of play. The game will end.
9 seconds left. Yes, the game would have ended had he been held in play. Chuck Knox disturbed. His club led with just seconds left to play. 16 to 13.
Throw it in the end zone and then go for the field goal if you don't get the completion. But you can't be throwing it out in the field of play with the clock running out.
And you can't throw it near a blue shirt in the end zone either. There's a pass that's incomplete in the end zone. It was intended for Mike Alexander. 4th and 3, field goal time. We told you how the overtime works if there's an overtime. And we're not too far away from one, maybe.
A lot of pressure now on 2 guys besides the kicker. Number 67, Dan Turk, the snapper. Number 7, Jeff Gossett, the holder.
And the kicker will be Jeff Jaeger. 29 out of 34 last year. The ball is spotted at the 15. And we, ladies and gentlemen, are going to overtime. Unless in 3 seconds, the Raiders can go the distance. 25 yards. 25 yard.
Put down perfectly close to that bar.
He hit it once.
We're at a little angle.
So the crowd is buzzing.
If we go to overtime, they immediately have the coin flip. Then there's a 3-minute delay for the teams to get organized, come back out. Rules are the same as they are the rest of the ball game. Teams pick up 2 timeouts each. 2 timeouts each.
Al,
We're going, well, you know, you can't imitate that in practice. Game experience. As soon as it's touched, the clock will start.
a roller. It's all over. We go to overtime.
Now he ran out of bounds. They may say there was just 1 second left. Let's see.
I don't think so. I hope not. A couple of fellas out there.
All right, who's going to call it? Call it in the air. That's the tail. That's the head. Call it loud, please. Heads is a call. It's a tail. The Rams win the toss.
By both teams was done with field goals. There's been 5 field goals in the second half. The crowd of 56,511 savoring every second of it. It's been that kind of a preseason game. The Rams have won the toss. They will receive. That's quite an advantage when you, in sudden death play, where you get the ball first.
Certainly is, particularly when there's no weather problem or wind problem that the other team gets to compensate. The Raiders have only played 1 overtime preseason game in the 33-year history of the club.
Kinchin and Lang are deep to receive. The kicker will be Jeff Jaeger. Jaeger has 3 second-half field goals, and Zendejas has 2 for the Rams. We were tied at 10, we were tied at 13, and we are right now tied at 16. Sudden death. The wind is no factor at all. What wind? High kick. Taking in the end zone where he'll kneel down with it after he recovers the fumble. He does that. That was Lang, David Lang.
People that have gotten the game to 16-16 will be the people that will continue.
The rookie T.J. Rubley is still in there. We got Ernie Thompson and Dupree as the setbacks. 2 wide receivers from the 20-yard line, 1st and 10. Completed pass to about the 24-yard line. The receiver driven back hard by Nico Noga, and the man that caught it was Ernie Thompson. Pick up on the play of about 4. Let's call it 2nd down and 6 from the 24. Support these 2 clubs this year, fans. They're great entertainment. How many cities have 2 professional basketball teams, 2 professional baseball teams, and 2 professional football teams? I think just 1, unless you want to count New York. Chadwick and Kitchen are wide receivers. In motion, we go with Hartley. The handoff is to Dupree. He doesn't get much this time, except a sore back because he's being ridden by 3 behemoths down there. They'll spot the ball back out.
Your average rookie.
He certainly does not. All right, it's 3rd and 5. This is a big play for the kid. He's 23 years of age. In motion, Chadwick. Rubley, lots of time, throws the ball very high. It's caught. What a play. Caught near midfield by Chadwick. Robert McWright knocks him down. I thought he had too much arch in the ball, but he had to have it to get it over the defender.
Here we see the receiver coming across, McKnight coming across with him, which is normally a man-to-man situation. Let him get off the line clean. Had no contact with him. Good catch, good concentration. Held onto the ball going to the ground.
What a big 3rd down play by T.J. Rubley. Coming out to the left as a wide receiver is Kinchin. Chadwick goes the other way, and that was T.J. Okay, thank you very much, John Kingdom. Chadwick and Kinchin again are the wideouts. It is 1st and 10 at midfield. Sudden death overtime, and there goes T.J. Throws it complete at the 40-yard line. And the man that caught it is Kinchin on a crossing pattern, knocked down again by a fine left corner linebacker, Derek Hoskins, number 20.
Let's take a look at this one again. This has been the same play that has gotten the quarterback outside of the containment a number of times, particularly in the 2nd half. And it's really difficult to cover the offense if the quarterback gets out there clean.
I'll tell you, the Rams are really controlling the ball. Remember, they went 7 minutes and 48 seconds controlling for the drive that got them their field goal. And now, in the sudden death overtime, they have gone 3 minutes and 42 seconds possession. So the last 2 times they've had the ball, they've gone almost 12 minutes with possession. And again, it was Tyrone James that threw it. TJ, I understand. The ball is just inches away from the 40-yard line in Raider territory.
Rubley is now 13 for 20, 109 yards.
Some of the story, though, is the toughness of some of the passes he's had to make. And then he had to come back from a disappointing start when they ripped the ball out of his hands early in the 2nd half. Chadwick in motion. Fumble! But I think the Rams recovered. Let's wait and see.
They did, but it now creates a 3rd down situation with a little more yardage to go. You'll see the pressure right from the snap. The ball's lost right on the exchange.
It'll be 3rd, and they're going to call it 2. I think it's closer to 3, but it doesn't matter what we think. They've got to get up there to the stake, and that's exactly at the 40-yard line.
If they don't make it to the 40, they'd be looking at least a 57-yard field goal.
Chadwick and Cox are the wideouts this time for the Rams. Rubley down the middle. He got it done. Look at this kid play 3rd down football. Wow, what a debut into the NFL by a rookie out of Tulsa University. Stopped by Hoskins was the receiver, Hartley.
Straight drop back pass, and he's got that lane in the middle. It's hard for quarterbacks to throw over the big people in the National Football League. The blockers create lanes in front of you where you can see downfield.
1st and 10. The ball is at the 31. We have got 10:40 to play here. 15 minutes sudden death. Both teams scored in the last minute of regulation on field goals. Prudley takes his time. They bat it down this time. But let's say this, Al. The kid stood there and looked him right in the eye as they charged him, and he didn't flinch a bit. He is calm, cool, and collected.
Again, Broughton moved over off the blocker and got into the throwing lane. He read the quarterback's eyes, knew which side of the blocker he should work to get in his way, to create a little pressure, to get his hands up.
Broughton is 6'5", 275, and he did a good job of sending it back, airmail. Now it's 2nd and 10, still out there at the 31-yard line. 16 all in overtime. He just got home and turned it on. We may get a
Put
reset
5
on the
seconds
clock.
back on the play clock. 5 on the play clock, please.
They're going to make it at 30 seconds.
Hold on.
They're taking it off instead of putting it on.
And you'll see the one official will stand on the football.
Please run the play clock down the
For a delay of the game, be able to get the ball off
Stop
within
it
those
at
5
5.
They
seconds.
only got 5 seconds now to get it off. And like the kid said, it's on go. As soon as you hear something, go. Ridley out in the flat. Complete. And out of bounds at the 23-yard line is the receiver, Ernie Thompson. Again, they are within victory range. Take a look at this as they run into the living room. Don't let them get dirt in your rug. Bell made the stop.
Quarterback looking right where he's going to go. Good reach by the receiver. Works his way out of bounds, but again, he's trying to head downfield. Every yard now is a little easier job for your field goal kicker. If he had to kick it from here now, he's looking at a 40-yard kick.
Darian McKinney in.
Chuck Knox obviously pleased by the effort of his young quarterback.
Well, he ought to be. He ought to be. There is that slashing runner, Dupree, getting all the way down to the 13-yard line with another effort of great significance in this ball game. The stop was made by Terry McDaniel.
We'll see Dupree just bouncing it again, straight up the field. Get up the field. Dupree now has 100 yards, 101 yards on 22 carries. They're lining up for the field goal. Why do it now? So you don't have any chance of fumbling a snap.
That's right.
Fumbling the ball.
Zendejas.
Raiders are taking the timeout.
Raiders in overtime.
To try
This
to
is a
ice the
40-second
quarterback.
timeout.
Ice the kicker, make him think about it a little bit. Try to build a little pressure on it, but Chuck Knox's move here is he just saw a fumble on the snap a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to see one that will cost him the opportunity to get the field goal.
And
they're in range. They've got the ball, right where he wants it. Let's not wait. Let's take it here.
And you got one of the greatest kickers in the history of the sport.
See Art Shell talking with officials. There's something that went on that Art's not satisfied with. Steve Ortmeyer behind him, special team coach, just sent Mike Jones in with the instructions for the type of pass rush against the kick. Zendejas is such a fast kicker, it's very difficult to pressure him.
And such an accurate kicker. He's made 20 consecutive field goals going back to last year. Well, the score is 16-16 at the moment. In the sudden death, should he miss, there's still 9:23 to play.
One significant thing, I think, in tonight, there doesn't appear to be any serious injuries for each team. You'll find out more after the ball game. The teams have combined for 93 passes, and now we go with the game on the line. Field goal attempt by Zendejas.
All right, the Raiders have not had the ball in the sudden death, and here is Deadeye Zendejas. This ball game is over. The Los Angeles Rams have defeated the Raiders 19-16 in a second half that saw 6 field goals made between the two teams.
Interestingly enough, with 93 passes in the ball game, it all came down to field goals to make the decision.
The inability of the Raiders to stop the young quarterback, T.J. Rubley, spelled defeat. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Los Angeles Raiders preseason football. I'm Chick Hearn for Al LOCASALE. Thank you for joining us. Raider football was brought to you by